My sister lives in this tiny, secluded village in the district of Birboom. I won't name the place for privacy reasons, but imagine a super quiet spot surrounded by endless rice fields. When the wind blows during the day, the whole field seems to hum. It's beautiful, but also kind of isolating. My sister's house is right on the edge of one of these fields. They're a happy, well-off family, but in one corner of their property, there's this massive, ancient bell tree. Now, locals usually say these trees are powerful and holy, but there's a saying that sometimes things live in their shadows. My sister never believed in any of that supernatural stuff until one day she was forced to. This story revolves entirely around that tree. I heard this directly from my sister, and I'm going to tell it to you exactly as it happened. It all started one afternoon. My sister was busy cooking downstairs, and my 4-year-old niece, Ivana, was sleeping alone in the upstairs bedroom. That room has a window facing east, right next to that old bell tree. The window was open.
Thinking Ivana was fast asleep, my sister was working peacefully. Suddenly, she heard Ivana scream, "Mom!" My sister dropped everything and ran upstairs. She found Ivana sitting up in bed, looking absolutely terrified. My sister hugged her tight and asked, "What happened, baby? What's wrong?" Her voice was trembling so much that it didn't feel like a child's imagination. It felt real. Still, my sister tried to brush it off. But later that evening, when she went back to that room, things felt off. The silence was heavy, unnatural. It's worth mentioning that my brother-in-law works out of town, so he wasn't there. In the early evening, Ivana usually stays with her grandparents downstairs. My sister was upstairs on her phone when suddenly she heard Ivana crying from below, screaming, "Mom! Mom! It's here again!" My sister rushed down and saw Ivana running up the stairs, sobbing. She asked, "Who's here?" Ivana pointed at empty space and cried, "It was standing right there." Shocked, my sister asked, "What did it look like? Did you see it?" Ivana used her tiny hands to describe it. "It was this big, and its face was covered in hair. It called my name." By then, the whole family had gathered. Everyone was freaked out. A 4-year-old doesn't just make up complex ghost stories like this. My sister noticed Ivana was pointing towards a small window downstairs, the one that also looks out at that bell tree. My sister immediately asked, "Why is this window open?" She went to shut it, and as she stood there, a blast of freezing cold air hit her. It shook her to her core. The rest of the house was warm, but that one spot was ice cold. That night turned into a nightmare. My sister took Ivana upstairs to sleep, but she couldn't close her eyes. Around 2 or 3 a.m., the bedroom door creaked open on its own. At first, she thought it was the wind, but seconds later, she heard it. Footsteps. Someone was walking on the floor. Step, pause, step. Then, from the corner of the room, came a sound that froze her blood. A soft, clear giggle of a small child. My sister jumped up and turned on the lights. Nothing. No one was there. She turned the lights off, trying to convince herself she was hallucinating. Eventually, she drifted off. But she was woken up by a touch. In the dim light, she saw a small child lying next to Ivana, facing her, smiling.
My sister turned the lights instantly. Again, gone.
But this time, there was proof. On the floor, there were small, muddy footprints. Ivana was clean and in bed, so where did the footprints come from? Suddenly, she noticed Ivana staring blankly at the ceiling, whispering something. My sister leaned in close to listen. Ivana was whispering, "He wants to take me. He wants to play with me." "Who wants to take you?" my sister asked, panicked. Ivana just kept repeating the same phrase over and over. My sister realized the upstairs window, the one near the tree, was the gateway. Something had come in. Something they couldn't see, but Ivana could. They spent the rest of the night with the lights on, wide awake. Outside, the stray dogs started howling like crazy, as if they were seeing something unholy. Then, the wind started banging on the door. Thud, thud, then silence. The next morning, my sister's father-in-law called for a spiritual healer, and Oja. As soon as the healer arrived, he asked, "What was the child wearing yesterday?"
My sister pointed to a red frock. The healer took the dress, drew some symbols on the floor with chalk, and placed the dress down. He started chanting prayers. Suddenly, right in front of everyone's eyes, the dress started to shrink, physically shrink. The grandfather gasped. "How is the fabric changing size like that?" The healer said gravely, "An evil gaze has fallen upon her. Never let her sleep alone in the afternoon. Keep that window shut." He gave them a protective amulet for Ivana and another one to tie to the window grill. After wearing the amulet, Ivana slowly went back to normal. The crying, the sleepless nights, the creepy whispering, it all stopped. Later, they found out the truth. A long time ago, a small child had been buried on that land. Legend has it that the child's spirit dwells in that old bell tree. The healer warned them never to cut the tree down. Since then, the family has been safe, but they never look at that tree the same way again.